English singer-songwriter, record producer, and a rapper as well. Craig David, you are truly a talented artist, spending over 2 decades in the music scene, and you released your very first debut album back in 2000, right? Born to Do It, and many other albums as well, which I grew up listening to. And in 2020, it was also announced that in the Queen's New Year's Honors List, you were appointed as MVE in recognition of your service to music. So congratulations. And
Thank you.
after 2 years, you are now back with new music. So of course, through the entire transition of your career from garage to R&B and to dance as well, your new single In Your Hands actually marks I would say a significant change in your sound. So can you tell us the story behind this track and how it all came to life?
Well, firstly, thank you for the intro because that was beautiful. It took me through a little journey there, which was so nice. But In Your Hands has been such a beautiful, wholesome experience because I wanted to write a song that had the feeling that of me going back to speak to my younger self, and what would it be like? What would the wisdom that my inner child, the younger version of me, would bestow upon adult Craig? And it's just a really profound experience when each and every one of us go through that in our own life, and just go back and speak to your 12-year-old self. What would your 12-year-old self tell you now? Are you playing enough? Are you going out having fun? Are you really enjoying like the simple things? Or did it become really serious? Did it become, well, we're adults now and we have to really be serious and have a grumpy face and it's always raining and or can we have a bit of play inside of those moments? And I think that was what I wanted to bring through the song, is the joy of youth talking to us to bestow all that wisdom, and as an experienced, more wisdom adult, to say, don't change anything. Be exactly as you are because it will get you to where you are. And there'll be challenges in life and there'll be hardships, but it will all make you the person you are today. And I just feel like that's really what people need now. We all need to be together. We need to feel wholesome and be seen. And this song is all about that. You've got the whole world in your hands. Go out there. You can control that. And I think that's what I wanted with this song in particular.
I am so excited to see you in this brand new chapter you've been teasing all about before the release of the music. And I do have to know what actually drew you into country music, right? I would say it's a genre that's quite different from your classic R&B and garage roots as well.
I wrote In Your Hands maybe a year and a bit ago. And I've been living with that song. And within that period of time, there was the spotlight really had shone on country music, from Beyonce having more commercial releases, Shabuzi doing his record that was huge. But country music's always lived. It's huge. I mean, it's just like when you really look at country music as a genre, it's so huge that you look and you say, wow. So I feel like I was on the pulse when I wrote the song. And then the fact that it took a moment to then release, it just felt like it was the right time. It felt like people will accept it now, rather than it feeling like, whoa, like, what is this? It's like people have become a little bit more accustomed to the sound, because within country music, I feel there's some of the most amazing lyrics and melodies, because it's all about telling stories. When you get into country music, you listen and say, wow, what an incredible story. That person told a whole world of stories in one 3-minute song. So I wanted to try and achieve that ability within your hands. So I felt like that's the kind of slight shift, but still R&B. When you listen to the vocals, I was a young boy, I was 12 years. I mean, it's still R&B in the heart of it, you know?
I can actually hear that. So I was just listening to it a couple of hours ago for an entire hour on replay. Just on replay, yeah, and I could feel the essence of Craig David all inside In Your Hands, and I gotta say, it is truly amazing. So thank you so much for that. Now I have to also ask, after such a, I would say a successful career in different genres, what does it mean for you to start this new chapter?
I feel like it's, you're writing like a beautiful book, and every chapter is part of the journey of the book. And rather than, when you get to the end of a very good book and you wish that you could just go back and pretend that you hadn't read it and you could read it all again so it's fresh. I think that that's kind of the beauty of life, Like it's all about the journey. You never really want to land at the end of it. I don't know if you were a Harry Potter fan, but when it finished, everyone's like, whoa, like you can't finish here. We need this to continue. And I feel that that's what I'm trying to create just with my career, is that the next chapter is another chapter of the journey. And I just want to create those memories and the joy in people's hearts, that we feel connected. We make new memories together through the music. And I feel like I'm more like the child version of myself, the childlike, than ever before. I really just getting into just good vibes, make good music, go out there and perform it with all of your heart, and just make people smile, bring back some love and sunshine in life. Because we don't need to make it all serious, because there's enough of that. If you want to tune into it, I want to beam out the frequency of good vibes, good energy.
That is absolutely amazing. I mean, looking at you, you have this fresh new glow, and I see that you have a brand new tour happening in the UK as well. Secretly hoping that you will come to Singapore as well at some point.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I said it, right? So hopefully we're all going to make it happen. And you did mention earlier that it took you about a year and a half to come out with the lyrics and crafting into the song of In Your Hands. And you have experienced both massive success and periods of stepping back from the limelight. So what would you say you have learned during the quieter times?
There's a beauty in the pause. There's a beauty in the silence for a moment. And when you start off in any career, the world tells you that you have to keep going. But the only thing that you need time to see and look back, that actually it's like trying to play music with no gaps, would just be noise. Like you have to have space between the notes to actually make a melody. And if you then look at our lives and pan back, the moments when you're just quiet, yes, for you might feel like, oh my God, the world's moving and I'm not moving with it. No. You're just having a moment that when you come back out to do your thing, people have had a moment to appreciate that moment of being away. And you don't know that until you've experienced it a few times, that it's so important. Like for your own mental health, for your own health, but also just for what you're creating. Any creative person who's creating a business, they'll get to a point where you get to the top of the business, the highest, and all of a sudden your productivity is going down because you're creating the same thing. You just need to go away for a moment, go and relax for a moment, come back with a new fresh ideas, and then bam, like everyone's, oh my God, like this is crazy. Sometimes you can't do that when you just go. And I think music can suffer from that in particular. So I'm really glad that I've had these moments where it's like ebbs and flows. Adele will do it for like 5-6 years. Come back with a big album, everyone's like, whoa, we love that. Ed Sheeran will go away for a while, realizes he needs to let me just chill, and then come back with the biggest albums. It's wholesome.
Wow, that is very inspiring. I would have to agree with you, taking a step back, kind of like reset your mind and give you a fresher perspective as well. And being in this industry for 20 over years, people know you as the guy who brought UK Garage out of the shelf. You're the R&B guy, the music that hit the clubs back in the 90s, the 2000s. And now, if you were not a musician, what do you think you'll be doing?
It's like the grandfather paradox. It's a very wild one. It's like going back like McFly, back to the future vibes. If you didn't drive through the thing, or if you didn't take the left, where would you land? And I feel I'd always be here. It would just be at a different junction. Like music was so ingrained as the DNA of like, you're going to be a musician, be it that you'll be in front of millions of people or you'll be in front of 10 people. Either way, or just at a karaoke, vibing with your friends. Either way, you're going to be that guy. And I feel like that's what's led me to where I am. I'm just really grateful that I get to do it on a grand scale, but music's definitely in my heart. But I've also realized that more recently, when I wrote a book, not a year ago, 2 years ago, sorry, and it's called What's Your Vibe? That was so cathartic to me, to write a book where there's no melodies. Now I'm having to actually say these words and land them without the melody helping me out. Wow, that was a whole new experience. And I'm so grateful for it, because I feel like I now get to connect with you and have these kind of conversations. That makes me smile. This is really what humans need more of. Let's communicate, let's see each other, let's get together, because actually we need community more than ever now. So I'm just in a really good place for that. Appreciate it.
So first up, congratulations on your book. I did read up a little bit about it. It's called What's Your Vibe? You're right. And I noticed that the way you've written it, it's not like a biography of your life. It's more of your perspective of how, things can be a better place for everybody, and that little bit of fun perspective to enjoy the little things that you have in life. So for fans to understand you a little bit better, what would you say are your happy hobbies or fun activities that you like to do away from music?
Recently, I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that movie. You like this one too?
I love it.
Okay, so the original Gene Wilder one, 1971, I think it came out, was the reason why I called my first album Born to Do It. Because there's a moment when the kid runs into the candy shop. He said, "How does he do it?" The candy man says, "My dear boy, do you ask a fish how it swims?" He says, "No." "Do you ask a bird how it flies?" He says, "No." He says, "No, sirree, you don't. They do it because they were born to do it." I was like, yeah, that's the vibes. And so that started the title of my first album, which changed my life. I love chocolate. So I recently went to meet a chocolatier to learn how to actually make chocolate. So that, for me, for being someone who loves to give out chocolate like a Willy Wonka, to learn how to make chocolate, wow, was so fulfilling. I loved it. So it's things like that people will be like, "What, you went to go and learn how to make chocolate?" Yeah, I did. And who knows, maybe one day I might have like a chocolate shop, just with the right healthy chocolates that you can enjoy. All because of Born to Do It, all because of that first album that changed my life. So yeah, I like things like that. I like being creative outside of music as well, because there's so many facets you can touch into.
That is so cute. If you ever create a chocolate bar that says Craig David's, fantastic chocolate bar, please send me a box.
Fantastic. You added that, made it sound good. Craig David's fantastic bar. Chocolate
Yeah,
bar.
you can have milk chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate.
You know what? See, this is the next thing of one of my hobbies. I love to print things out, not just to make like vision boards, but to actually put things in frames and actually make creative, like just projects. So the next thing I'll be doing later on today is printing out the wrapper with that on it, just so it's visual. Then it's real now. Now I know how to make the chocolate. I put it in the wrapper, I put it in the thing, bam. So thank you.
And don't forget the golden ticket.
Now we're see how it all links. See, and what is I don't know, is the competition to win? Is it to win? See, the music now can link into this. We can take this one stage further. You come into the music factory where not only do you have a musical experience, but you have chocolate. I mean, come on. Like, talk about bring everyone back to their child. You get here music and eat chocolate. Dreams.
Everything all in one place. Okay, so I'm gonna take you back in time a little bit, and if you could go back to any chapters of Craig David, right? We're talking UK garage Craig, R&B Craig, dance Craig, hip hop Craig. Which Craig would you go to, give him a high five, and what advice would you have given to your younger self?
Okay, cool. So I'd like to go to the Craig that was looking out of his bedroom window at the age of between 15 and 16 and writing, "I'm walking away from the troubles in my life, I'm walking away," and just stand next and just observe. Just not to say anything, just to listen and be like, "My man, like, you have no idea what this song is gonna do for people. Not only for other people, but for yourself." And I wrote that song when I was looking over a car park outside of my flat, my bedroom window. It's just like this car park with cars. And I aspired to maybe have a home with a garden so I could have a bit of nature and flowers around me. My grandma had that. That's what I wanted. Just that would be enough. Little did I know my life was going to change. So I would go back and actually not say anything. I think I just observe, because the only thing I've realized now is that everything I did as a child, following my intuition, following my passion, following my excitement, led me to where I am today, to have this conversation with you. if I changed anything, if I'd said, yeah, well, don't do this, don't do that, it would set me on a completely different path, like McFly in Back to the Future. But just because we followed it, it lands me here, like, which is so crazy. Through the ups and downs and the left and the right, we get to be here. So I'm like, listen, there'll be some tough times, but just keep playing the music, keep making the music, and enjoy. You're in for a treat. You would have won the golden ticket and the factory and everything. Everything. You have no idea what's about to hit you.
Thank you so much. Okay, not gonna take up too much of your time, but one last question is, if you could collaborate with any country artist in the world on this brand new musical journey, who do you have in mind and why?
There's a gentleman called Vince Gill who's been making country music for many, many years. I just think that would just be incredible to work with him. His tone of voice is beautiful. There's a beautiful song called Pretty Little Adriana, which is one of my favorite songs from him. That would be cool. And you know what? I feel like my venture into country is very, very new in terms of just like bringing parts back, but I'd like to just try and keep it so there's still that R&B thread that we were talking about. So it may not even be like a collaboration with a country artist necessarily. It might be, what if you had two R&B artists doing something that was on a country flex? Like that juxtaposition is what makes it kind of like, ooh, so that's the flow. And it sounds R&B, but it has the strummy guitar. But never say never. Maybe that's part of this whole chocolate golden ticket experience.
Yes, I will wait for that Craig's fantastic chocolate bar to arrive in Singapore.
You know what? Trust me. I want you to screenshot this thing, yeah, because these kind of conversations, I've had them before, and things have really transpired where you're like, oh my god, this actually legit is coming out. Craig's fantastic chocolate sheet coming. Trust me, I'm that kind of person. So I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best with the upcoming Commitment UK Arena Tour.
Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
A great interview. I've loved connecting with you. You're a good woman. Thank you.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place.